Jeff Jones. I'm the CEO of something called ACID, which is the Australasian CRC for Interaction Design. We have a particular focus on ICTs for different sorts of communities and look at issues to do with social capacity and then how social capacity data can be used to create insight to the development of new sorts of technology implementations and in particular services. So I would have thought that if we, for example, think about education as a service, or we think about the sorts of services, technology services that might go into new developments, new places, that's an important thing. So the policy and social research that Eidos is doing needs to be focused around the sort of insight that helps people build better buildings or helps people develop better services or helps people create better products. That's in a business sense. I'll say in a policy sense, research might be important for measuring the effectiveness of certain policies better. It seems to me that policy research is often about what sorts of policies ought to be implemented rather than determining the effectiveness and then also just with that notion of determining effectiveness, how would you integrate a research type process into the development and implementation of a policy so that it can be changed and adapted as you go? So those sorts of things seem to me to be the things that Eidos could do. And really, researchers ought to be generating insight that can be used, sold, marketed, whatever, but the process of determining what capacity the group has for generating insight and what kind of insights is it generating, that's what's going to be really important.
What you talked before about what Eidos was, you're saying who are you exactly, which obviously means they probably haven't done their complete job as far as PR-wise.
Well, they may have. I'm just not reading the stuff very closely, but
as far as to get it across to the general corporate community.
If you want to get it across to a CEO or a minister, it needs to be short and sharp. It's that old thing that everyone says, what's your elevator pitch? So the idea is you're in an elevator, you're going up to the top floor, you got the CEO there. You got 2 minutes. What are you going to do to tell them how fabulous you are and why what you're doing is unique and why what you're doing can change how people think or change the world if you want.
Yeah. What sort of groups do you guys get involved with as far as do you ever have the need to sort of network or?
Yeah. It's always good for us to be, from a commercial as well as a research perspective. There's other people here that might use, for example, the Kodak's product, which is something that we've developed. So there's that side of it. Then there's the if these are people who can do the kind of social capacity research that we're trying to do, maybe they can do it better, and maybe we should be working with them more closely.